Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be learning how to do this fake cut using silicone. It's a pretty basic one just to start off with, so yeah, I hope you enjoy it and let's get started. First we're going to need Sculpt Gel. This is a 2-part silicone product. Then we're going to need some sponges. Any type of sponges would do. Some tongue depressors. A mixing palette. The Skin Illustrator FX palette, which is an alcohol-based palette. You can also use water-based face paint. That will work absolutely fine. Next, you'll need some IPA, which is an activator for the Skin Illustrator palette. Some powder to set the silicone with. And some blood. This is the Mouldlife Arterial blood, which is really nice and thick. And also the Ben Nye Scab blood, which is just clotted blood basically. It just makes the wound look a bit thicker and juicier. Right, so first we're going to start off by taking our Sculpt Gel on our tongue depressors and also the mixing palette. You want to make sure that you use one tongue depressor for each container, because if you mix these then the silicone will cure and you won't be able to use it again, which is a big no-no and a waste of money. So yeah, you want to take that third tongue depressor and make sure it's all mixed together, because otherwise it won't cure. And then you want to take a little bit on the tongue depressor and make 2 sausage shapes to make the cut. It's best to get reference images for this as well, especially if it's your first time using it. It will just help you make a more realistic cut. And then I'm just literally just scraping the edges, making sure there's to remove all the excess, and so we've got that smooth transition from the skin to the cut. Here I'm just lifting up the edges inside the cut just to make it look a little bit deeper. And we have something that looks like this. And then we're just taking the powder just to make sure there's no more sticky bits and it's all set into place. Next we're going to take out the Skin Illustrator palette and pour the IPA in there. Going to take it into the blood tone, the blue, the green and the yellow, and a little bit in the black as well. And then we're going to dip into blood tone and put that inside the cut. The one thing I do love about these palettes is that you control the opacity with how much alcohol you put into the thing. So the more alcohol you use, the less opaque it will be. The less alcohol you use, the more deeper the colour will be. I guess that's the right word for it. So next I'm just dipping the brush into the black and the blood tone just to put round the edges of the cut to give it more depth. Like I said before, the best thing to do is get some reference images, go back and forth between the colours, which is what I'm going to be doing next. I'm going to go back in with the blood tone and deepen up the middle section of the cut, just to give it a bit more of a darker, bloodier feel basically. And then I'm going to take one of the sponges, rip it in half, and then start picking out. It basically just gives the effect of veins and capillaries. And then here I'm just going to go between the blue, the greens and the yellows just to bruise up around the edges. Then going in with that red colour just to give the skin a bit of invitation. Then we're going in with a Scab blood, which is obviously the thicker blood, just to give the cut a little bit more texture. If you've got any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. I'll obviously answer anything that I can. So yeah, after this, then we're just going to go in with the runny blood. This is the, like I said before, this is the Mouldlife Arterial blood, which is really nice and deep in colour. You don't want to overdo it with the blood because you can all ruin your hard work of your painting and all your blended edges, and you don't want to do that right at the end, and it will just spoil your whole thing. And the last thing you want to do is just grab yourself a sponge, just dip it in the blood and make it look a bit messier. So yeah, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I plan on doing a lot more stuff like this over the next couple of months, especially with Halloween around the corner. So make sure you hit that bell so you're notified for when I upload. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.
Colour the most fun part. Yeah, and I can't even get it off. Good. I've done my edges too good. Oh, there we go.
Looks like a crusty vagina.